Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your boy Dr. Rogers, a research professor in Korea and also a Korean scholarship alumni. So I benefited from the Korean scholarship and I'm here to share tips on how to apply for the Korean government scholarship 2022. So if this is your first time on my channel, make sure you hit on the subscription button, and for my old subscribers, thank you. So let's get to the video. Series for the Korean government scholarship. So I'm going to be dropping a couple of videos first for how you can prepare for it. Then when the application starts, I'm going to be throwing videos here and there on how tips on how you can proceed. So this is the first basic guideline information, what you've got to know about the scholarship and how and when is best to prepare for it. So the undergraduate session just passed in September. The results are out, and the graduate session will be starting ending February, early March. So it usually runs for 1 year. And some students, because they are not really aware with the system, they don't really know how it works, they usually end up preparing and they don't maybe catch up with the deadline or so. One very important thing is that you've got to know is that the deadlines in Korea are very important. You cannot afford to miss a deadline. Nobody will listen because it's competitive. It's one of the top full scholarships within the country. So if you miss a deadline, you've missed it. You just have to wait for the next year. So the best time to prepare for it, usually, as I advise my mentees, is usually December, January is the best time to apply. So to apply for this scholarship, there are two tracks. One, you have the university track. Two, you have the embassy track. With the embassy track, you get to deposit your documents with the Korean embassy in your country. And if you do not have a Korean embassy in your country, then you cannot apply for the embassy track. Secondly, even if you have a Korean embassy in your country, you need to check to find out if within that year there are spots allocated for people from your country to apply through the university track. For example, in Cameroon, there is a Korean embassy, but they are not awarded positions or what they call quotas for Cameroonians. So the only track of application for Cameroonians is through the university track, and that brings me to the second track, which is the university track. So with each of these tracks, they are all all have advantage and disadvantages. So for the embassy track, you get to choose 3 universities when you are applying, and you compete with people within your country at that time. Then your embassy, the Korean embassy, will recommend to the Institute of Education, External Education in Korea. Then with the university track, you get to send your documents directly to the university you are interested to study with. And the advantage with the university track is that people evaluate your documents at directly the university, charge, no fraudulence, nothing. So you just send your documents to Korea and they go directly. If they like, then the university in Korea is going to recommend you to NEED, which is a Korean government body in charge of selecting, because The Korean government scholarship has 3 stages. First, embassy or university. Secondly, they recommend to need, and then need selects, and then third, your medical checkup and all of that. So it's very important you know all of this basic information before you embark on applying for this scholarship. I'm going to make more videos for those who want to apply through the university track, which are the best universities for you to apply and have higher chances of being selected. There are some that you apply, and because your points, your GPA, you know yourself, you might not be selected. There are some which you apply for and you have higher chances of being selected. So if you love this video, make sure you hit on the subscription button, on the notification bell, so that when I drop more videos, you will be aware of